Hey there, gorgeous. Hope you're having a fabulous day. Today I have 10 summer makeup tips to share with you to sweat-proof your look. So if you're looking to lock everything in place and keep the makeup on your face, odds are I have something that you might find useful today. First tip I have to share with you is incorporating in an oil-free moisturizer with your makeup routine. Oil-free moisturizers are great because they do not affect the wear time of makeup, and they are really quick drying on the skin, and they don't feel greasy, which is one of my favorite attributes about them. If you're looking for some recommendations, my most favorite is from L'Oreal. This is the Hydragenius. It's a water-based formula. It's very lightweight and it wears extremely well underneath makeup. Another one that I have to recommend to you, two others actually, that look to be really good. I've not tried them personally, but based on everything I have read about them, they are worth considering, is one from Olay Regenerist Whip. This is one that is very hydrating. You don't need much on application, and it does not contain fragrance, and it's also very hydrating to the skin. The other one I have to share with you is from Alba Botanica. This is the Hawaiian oil-free moisturizer. It is antioxidant rich, encourages cell turnover. It is hypoallergenic, does not contain chemicals that can affect sensitive skin. There are no fragrances, no dyes. So if that describes you, I think that you would really enjoy this one. And it's one that I'm thinking about getting myself because of all of that. It looks really amazing. The other thing that you want to pay close attention to for the summer is sun protection. And it can be a little difficult to put SPF underneath your makeup. I mean, let's face it, it says on the bottle you have to reapply it every 2 hours in order for the effectiveness to be there. If you're looking for a way to get around that, I have a little solution I wanted to share with you that is just absolutely genius. And when I discovered it, I said I have to share this because it's been one of those life-transforming things for me in the summer. So if you get a empty cushion compact, you can find these on Amazon for relatively inexpensive. The one that I'm showing you here was about $7. Take the cushion out and soak it in your favorite sunscreen and then put it back into the compact. And then you simply take the sponge, dip it into the sunscreen as you need it, dab it over your face, and there you go. A quick and easy way to reapply sunscreen. When you're out and about and you want extra protection, it works great. I love this technique. It's great for kids, by the way, because my kids do not like to have a lot of sunscreen slathered all over their face, but when I take a little sponge like that and I dab it over their face, they don't know the difference. And it's really easy. It doesn't get in their eyes, and it's a great method of application. And you can also use a cushion compact that, let's say you have run out of foundation in it. You simply just wash out the excess foundation and you can do the same exact thing with it that I just showed you there. The other thing that you can invest in, I don't want to say invest in, but the other thing you can look into is SPF mineral powders. This is a sunscreen powder that you dust on top of makeup. Now, it's not meant to be worn all by itself. It's one of those that works really well combined up with another sunscreen used as a base underneath your makeup. So this just adds a little bit more protection for your skin. My personal favorite is the one from Supergoop. This is their Resetting 100% mineral powder. It does contain an SPF of 35 in it. Translucent, it has a matte finish. It's great for touch-up throughout the day, but it's also great for adding a little bit more protection if you feel like you need it. I love the concept. When I heard that there were sunscreen powders, I immediately jumped at the chance to try one, and it has not disappointed at all. They also do make some sunscreen powders that are specifically meant to be water resistant, so you can swim in them. They last for about 80 minutes on the skin. I will have some of those listed for you below if you are interested. I have not personally tried them, but I may get them because I'm thinking about doing a swim test here soon. So I think they'd be a good product to test in the pool. But another really great option if you want to get rid of excess shine, but you also want to protect your skin at the same time. Primer. Primer is a must, especially for summer. It's one of those great must-have products in the heat and humidity that will keep everything in place. My two favorites that I go to, especially for the summer months, would have to be the Milani No Pore Zone. This one does a beautiful job of blurring the skin and minimizing pores and whatnot, but it also does a great job of mattifying everything and keeping everything intact. The other one that I really love and I highly recommend is Paula's Choice Shine Stopper. This is one that you apply over the top of makeup. It does a beautiful job of keeping everything in place and nothing moves with this over the top. The packaging has changed, by the way, so if you go to search this one out, I think it's a white tube now, but you don't need much. And it's so effective, wonderful stuff. The other tip is wear less makeup. This seems to be my go-to favorite, especially in the summer months, is I will, more often than not, take a little bit of concealer, mix it in with a moisturizer, apply it on my face like that, instead of going for an all-out foundation or even a BB cream. Sometimes I will just skip BB cream altogether and just do something like this. I've also mixed concealer in with sunscreen, applied it on my face like that to get a little bit of coverage but still have the protection on my face, and I love it like that. And it's one of those great ways to minimize that feeling of melting, but you're still getting great coverage. Another tip I have to share with you is bronzer. Don't discount the use of bronzer in the summer. Applying it to the high points of your face can give a nice warm glow to the skin. Powders are probably your best bet, especially in the summer months. They are least likely to move around, and with bronzers you really don't need much. So as long as you have one that's not going to fade on the skin, these are a great addition to your summer makeup routines. My personal favorite bronzer of the moment is the one from Florence by Mills, and I'm talking about this one in a video very soon. This is their Out of This World Marble Bronzer. It's in the shade Cool Tones, and I have really been enjoying this one on my face this summer. It's one that I have been picking up over and over again, and I really love that line, by the way. I've been trying more from Florence by Mills, and most everything I've tried has been amazing. Try to think of another word other than amazing, but it just didn't happen. Something else to consider for summer is choosing more sheer shades of makeup rather than those rich, deep shades that we might typically choose for, let's say, fall. And rich, deep colors can tend to look heavier in the summer. And so if you're choosing shades that are lighter, but also are not as heavy in pigment, they can make your makeup look effortless, lighter, more, should we say, natural? I mean, yeah, it just looks better when you're using colors that are not as deep in the summer months. That's what I have found anyway, is that I tend to change the tones of my shades more in the summer, and I feel like it makes everything look lighter. Another tip I have to share with you is skipping powder blush. When you're choosing blush in the summer, it's usually best to go with cream-based formulas, and also tints are really good. Stains, cheek stains are really excellent because they're not going to move on you. I mean, that is a given. The one that I'm showing you here is from Pixie. This is a really excellent stain on the skin, and it looks beautiful as a flush of color. This has become one of my new favorites, by the way. But powder blush can start to look cakey, it can feel heavy, and when you're using things like stains and cream blushes, they look lighter, they feel lighter, and you'll just feel better, especially out in that heat. The same is true of lipstick. If you're opting for lipstick in the summer, stains are usually your best bet. I typically will stay away from lipstick altogether, if I'm being honest, and go with more balm type textures. That's really what I have been gravitating more to. Tinted lip balms, those type of things are more attractive for me. They're lighter, they're easier, they just look fresher. The other thing that I would recommend to you is to try more waterproof makeup. 9 times out of 10, in my experience, waterproof makeup products are more sweat resistant than not. And that's usually why I will start to incorporate in more waterproof formulas in my products in the summer heat, because they do last longer. And I have a number of amazing waterproof mascaras that I will try to have recommended for you below in the description box in the event that you're looking for a new one to try that do not move, will not transfer, will not budge, and they also hold up really well to swimming. Carry blotting papers with you. Blotting papers are my best friend in the summer. I have to have these on hand. I would highly recommend going to a beauty supply store and getting perm papers, because they are really amazing as blotting papers, and they are cheap. Cheap. The great thing about blotting papers is that they help to minimize the shine, and instead of you just piling more product on top of your face, which can end up looking cakey, this helps to reduce the shine but still keep the skin looking fresh, and that is why I really do gravitate more to them in the summer. Last tip I have to share with you is to find a quality setting spray, something that does lock the makeup in place and will keep everything intact. A really good setting spray is worth its weight in gold. And one that I have found very recently that I have loved and I cannot recommend to you enough, I talked about it recently, is this one from Joa. This is their Setfection Transfer Proof setting spray. And on the label it says Extreme Stay. And they ain't lying about that. This is one that I wore for 12 hours and my face still looked amazing. I didn't have any transfer with the BB cream that I tested it with. I had no movement. And I had a little bit of dewiness, but it wasn't shine. It wasn't oil slick looking. It was very beachy. I don't even want to say beachy. It was just very natural and I loved it. I love the setting spray. So if you're looking for a new one to try, this has been a winner chicken dinner for me. And I'll just add in something here about the hair. For me, I have curly hair. I mean, that goes without saying. This is my natural hair texture. It can get really big. And in the summer, I don't flat iron. I don't heat style. I stay away from that as much as possible. And that's why you'll see my hair texture in its natural state more often in videos that I'm making in the summer, because especially here in Florida, it rains every single day. And you know, if you blow dry your hair, you spend all that time smoothing it out and looking at it, making it look nice. And then you step outside and it's like, oh, what's the point? So it's better for me. And I feel like it's healthier for my hair too, just to take a break from all of those heat styling tools and look like this. And plus, this is easy. Let me tell you, this is fast. I'm all for that. So if you have a tip for summer that has changed your makeup routine, that has helped your hair, feel free to share yours below as well. And for any of the products that I mentioned here today or other recommendations, I'll try to have those listed for you below in the description box. Also, thank you for being here, for taking the time to watch. I look forward to seeing you again very soon.